vintage Bronco of this caliber deserves a vintage intro, and this second gen Bronco doesn't disappoint. Video credit to Grubian, the seller on Bring a Trailer. Now, my first car growing up was a third gen bullnose Bronco, and I've got to admit, I wasn't always the biggest fan of second generation Broncos. But with maturity comes a newfound appreciation of all things, and I've got to say, I've really been loving these second generation Broncos of late, and I'm going to tell you why. But before we launch into this awesome 1978 Bronco, if you're new to the channel, I'm Trey, and this is Vintage 4-Wheel Auctions. We vet all the truck and 4x4 category auctions on Bring a Trailer and only bring you the top tier vehicles from this segment. So if you're in the market for a vintage 4x4, you're going to want to stay dialed in on these videos. Now, our hope with this simple video format is that it also encourages interaction with you, the viewer, on vehicle condition and ending price points. We want to hear from you in the comments. Now, added bonus feature with the channel, if you happen to live in the Denver metro area, send us an email at the email listed on the screen if you want to have your vintage 4x4 featured on the channel. We look forward to hearing from you. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, earlier in the video, I mentioned a newfound maturity and appreciation for second generation Broncos. I don't know about all that. I think we've just had a recent slate of exceptional second-gen Broncos on Bring a Trailer of late. This is one of them. This was a original 79 out of California. I think the seller was out of Georgia, but this is a California vehicle, no rust. This sold for $38,000 earlier in the month. We had another that was sold by a well-known seller on Bring a Trailer. Some great work here. I got a kick out of this one. In the comments, the seller said that this wasn't one of his highest grade restorations. It looks pretty damn good to me. Love the look of it. Love some of the upgrades like the LEDs. This one also sold for roughly $38,000 just roughly a month and a half ago. Moving on to our Bronco of the day. This is a 78 Ford Bronco Custom 4-speed that just recently sold on Bring a Trailer on the 7th. This one sold for just a smidge under $29K. I'm going to go into all the details of what I liked particularly about this one. This one blends both the appeal of a cosmetic restoration, good history. You'll see that with some of the documentation, some nice tasteful upgrades like the interior. There's a lot to like with this 78. We're going to get into all the details, but just right out of the gate, love this first picture. Now, one of the themes we're going to see coursing through this video is I'm somewhat colorblind. There's pictures where we'll see that this thing to me looks almost orange. You guys hit me up in the comments. It's supposed to be a copper type color. Regardless, this thing is really sharp, period specific for 78. So looking at the details here, this one has 74,000 original miles documented. This one's got the 351. Like we talked about, it comes with the 4-speed manual transmission. Really love that option. This is the paint color, like we talked about, the medium copper paint. Again, certain lights looks orange. And then for us unfortunate souls that are so-called colorblind, red, green, whatever it may be. To me, it looks pretty orange, but awesome color, awesome look. Now, this one did come, I was talking about documentation. This one does have the documentation of the MARTI report. I love looking at this and just seeing, how close they hew to the originality. So if you look at the door data plate information, it kind of decodes it here. The one I was looking at was this a paint change? We'll see in the interior, it is a slight variation, whether it's, medium copper paint and this is just an updated color, or if it's orange, whatever it is, I still like it. But you can see that coding, the number 2 medium copper paint, Ford 5475-A. You can see, where this was built, where it was sold, the Milwaukee DSO, district sales office, and the dealer actually out of Wisconsin. This one was being sold out of Wisconsin too. So I think it's lived the majority of its life in that state, which is pretty cool too. So a lot of history, a lot of the manufacturer literature and information, which really completes this vehicle as well. I think this is a really nice truck. And again, I showed you those two up front, closer to the $40,000 mark. That your money's going to go a lot further with this one. So this one certainly was a good buy and a good sell, I think, and good restoration. So moving into the, we're going to look at exterior, interior. We're going to do a walk around. We're going to look at, there were a handful of restoration pictures. We got a picture of primer before this medium copper paint went on. You'll see the refreshed interior, but we'll get into it. So just right out of the gate, I love to me, what I didn't like originally when I was younger and had the bull nose was this thing. It just didn't seem as attractive to me. I have no idea what I was thinking when I was a kid. Like I said, maybe there is some maturity and some growth curve here because I love the look of this. I think it's an aggressive look. I think it looks really nice with these 33-inch mud terrain tires as well. Love this paint with the alternating white removable hardtop. There's not a lot to dislike about this. If you disagree, well, let me know in the comments. I want to hear why, but I mean, this thing embodies classic and vintage 4x4. So loving this one. Really nice restoration. As we make our way around, again, kind of funny. You see the gun racks in the back. I think that really complements this and certainly was probably how it was driven around out in Wisconsin. Very authentic. Again, nice look here. They had the 8-hole wheels. They've got the Firestone mud terrains on it. I do like the aggressive look with the front bumper. I don't know if that was like a DOT regulation or something for trucks over a certain size to have that kind of supplemental part of the bumper, but love the lines of this 2-year. And that's one thing I should note too. I guess maybe it was one of the things about this, the second gen was only a 2-year production run, 78, 79. So you didn't see a lot of them, as many as like the bullnose or the 4th and 5th generation Broncos as well. But now I feel like, like the maturity curve, similar to like a wine, I think these have aged well. You don't see a lot of them, and the ones you do certainly are really neat to find. I love these, the custom versions and the freewheeling as well. This is where it kind of looks orange to me. Again, you guys let me know. I'm slightly colorblind, as they say, although I'll argue that, but love the work that Seller has done on this restored Bronco Custom. Nice look here with the farm background. I really got a kick out of that initial video. Seller did a great job with that. Really, enticed me into buying one of these things, if not this vehicle. Nice view here. Again, a lot of great work has been done on this, from the full, repaint in the medium copper, new tires, new interior. A lot of work has been done. So the new buyer, like I said, I think it was a good pickup. It was a good purchase. And hopefully this is going to be kind of problem-free for them for the foreseeable future. Love the way this looks. I can just see this thing, pulling up behind me at a traffic light, just this mean looking second gen Bronco grill and face on this thing. I love it. Another good picture here, just showing the side profile, some of the lines of the 78 Bronco. Again, 2-year production run, second gen Bronco. This is there were not a lot of the restoration pictures, but this is a primer photo. And then we get 2 close-ups, I believe 2 close-ups of the new paint going on. So, that's nice. You purchased this thing and looks essentially like new. So this is a close-up of the paint, even closer here. Really nice job. I believe all this work was done in-house. They did a fantastic job. Seller, if you're watching, great job. Buyer, if you're watching, nice purchase. The other thing I liked was a lot of originality with this. Original glass. I believe the front windshield's a replacement. No worries on that, though. Pretty normal for a car that's 45, 46 years old. New mud terrain tires, also a nice benefit with this Bronco. There were some very minor imperfections. This is one I just wanted to highlight on the bumper, small little dent, but other than that, this thing is very, very clean. And then moving into the interior, again, this is a 3-pedal, it's a 4-speed. Which is nice in the second gen Bronco. This is all new upholstery in the car. I believe it's a leather. Looks really nice. You can see, I believe there's a close-up here that I featured that shows So the brown is a nice leather surface, and then the interior kind of the cream color is like a perforated seating surface, really nice and classy looking. You could see this is kind of the first view here as we're looking at this. If you look to the left of the steering wheel, I believe some of the interior paint is original. So if you look just below like the headlight, I believe that's the headlight display, or below the air conditioner, that's, I think, the original medium copper brown. And to me, then to the left looks orange. But again, I digress. I've beaten that one to death here because I think, regardless of color, I think this looks nice. Yeah, this is a nice close up here. The leather surface. This is, again, I think this is likely the original medium copper brown or copper color interior, the dash and interior. Love the seating surfaces here. I do think they chose a nice color palette that really complements this Bronco, both interior and exterior. And moving ahead, this one does have the 351 engine. There were two engine options with the second generation Bronco. This one got the 351. Another close-up view. We're going to see a few pictures of the undercarriage. So I love that you can see that they did, I believe when they did the repaint, they did work on the chassis, just making sure everything is going to be in good shape for the foreseeable future. You could see new nuts and bolts and everything underneath here on the undercarriage. They likely put, I'd have to reference it again, but I think they did like an undercoating at Pour 15, which is nice, just preserves the undercarriage. Nice couple views. And then to round this out, like I said, I mean, the thing I like about this is it maintains originality. It's freshened up with the new paint. A lot of great documentation from Wisconsin, including the MARTI report, documentation, literature. I personally am a big fan of the medium copper paint or orange, whatever color it is. I also like the price point. So like I said, I mean, of the ones, the recent second gen Bronco sales from the past, month and a half, this has been, to me, a really good buy. Under 30, under 29K. There's one second gen Bronco currently on Bring a Trailer. It's sitting at 25,000. That one's also a 4-speed. I expect it to go north of 30. So with the recent ones, you have this 78 Ford Bronco Ranger. It sold for 44K. The 79, the two 79s that I referenced in the beginning of the video, roughly 38,000 a piece on those. There's an outlier even among this, last month and a half. This 78 Ford Bronco Custom 400 sold for 76.5. It was really exceptional. Definitely make sure visit the Bring a Trailer website and give that one a look. But again, I think this one was a great blend of history, originality, with a nice refreshing of cosmetics. Congratulations, seller and buyer. This was a great auction to watch, and certainly I'll put the link to this particular Bronco in the description. Give this seller a look. They have other vehicles. Give them a follow. Great job, and to the buyer, great buy, and hopefully enjoy this for a long time. So what do you think about this restored second gen 1978 Bronco? Also, I've said it before, we're a growing channel. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. This goes a long way to inspire the creation of future content. Thanks again for watching. See you next time for more vintage four-wheel drives.